44 No Way. Top actresses' visuals ignite heated debate. Imagine stepping into a room where time itself pauses, and one glance from a timeless beauty makes you question whether the calendar has been lying all these years. In the glittering chaos of the 46th Blue Dragon Film Awards, Song Hye Kyo didn't just attend. She redefined the art of graceful defiance against the relentless march of age, her presence a quiet rebellion that left audiences breathless and divided in equal measure. There was something profoundly magnetic about her that evening, a subtle alchemy of poise and vulnerability that whispered of stories untold, making you lean in closer, wondering if this was the same woman whose heartaches on screen had mirrored our own for over 2 decades. It felt almost intimate, like catching a private moment where elegance meets the raw edge of humanity. And in that fleeting capture, her radiant smile hinted at secrets only the stars could keep. The event itself unfolded like a meticulously scripted drama, the kind Song Hye Kyo has mastered since her breakout days. But this time, she was both participant and enigma. Held in the heart of Seoul's cultural pulse, the Blue Dragon Film Awards has long been a cornerstone of Korean cinema, honoring not just films, but the souls who breathe life into them. This 46th edition buzzed with anticipation, spotlighting a year rich in bold narratives, from the supernatural chills of Dark Nuns, where Hye Kyo herself delved into the shadows of faith and fury, to the heartfelt triumphs of No Other Choice that swept the night. Yet, amid the cascade of applause and the flash of cameras, it was Hye Kyo's understated arrival that stole the subtle thunder. She skipped the red carpet frenzy, a decision born from the unyielding demands of her latest venture, the Netflix series Show Business, where she's pouring her essence into a role that promises to peel back the layers of fame's glittering facade. Arriving just in time, fashionably breathless in a soft baby pink gown that draped like morning mist over her frame, she embodied a serenity that felt both ethereal and utterly real. Watching her navigate the crowd, I couldn't help but feel a pang of admiration for that quiet strength, the way she owns her space without demanding it, a reminder that true icons don't chase the spotlight, they become it. As the evening progressed, the cameras, those relentless voyeurs of celebrity, couldn't resist panning to her, each frame a snapshot of controversy wrapped in allure. Social media ignited like dry tinder under a summer spark, clips of her face zooming across feeds faster than the award announcements themselves. Netizens, ever the passionate jury, dissected every angle, the gentle curve of her bob haircut, framing features that seemed sculpted by time's kinder hand, the soft glow of her skin under the stage lights that evoked memories of her earliest roles, when she was the wide-eyed ingenue, stealing hearts in school uniforms. It was mesmerizing, really, how one woman's visage could summon such a symphony of emotions. Adoration from those who saw in her the eternal bloom of youth, a defiant flower pressing through concrete, and skepticism from others who measured her against the unforgiving yardstick of mid-40s realism. Personally, it stirred in me a deep sense of empathy. After all, isn't the pressure to remain unchanged the cruelest tax on beauty? Hye Kyo's appearance wasn't just a visual feast. It was a testament to resilience, a subtle nod to the woman who's weathered scandals, heartbreaks, and the industry's fickle gaze without ever dimming her inner light. Diving deeper into the whirlwind of reactions, the online discourse painted a vivid mosaic of awe and critique, each comment a brushstroke in a portrait of public fascination. "She looks exactly like a beautiful 44-year-old, one admirer gushed, capturing the essence of her poised maturity, the fine lines around her eyes that spoke of laughter shared and tears shed in equal measure, yet somehow enhancing rather than eroding her charm. It resonated with me, this acknowledgement, because it felt honest, free from the airbrushed illusions that often plague such conversations. Another voice chimed in with a touch of wry humor. Her family register was updated late, so she's actually born in '82, originally '81, making her 45. a playful jab at bureaucratic quirks, but beneath it lay a gentle ribbing that humanized her, stripping away the pedestal to reveal the woman navigating life's absurdities just like the rest of us. And then there were the sharper edges. She's aged a lot, or pretty, but definitely in her 40s. Words that landed like unexpected rain on a sunlit day. They carried a sting, no doubt, echoing the broader societal obsession with youth as currency. Yet they also sparked a quiet fury in my chest, a protective instinct for someone whose career has been a masterclass in evolution, not stagnation. Reflecting on her journey, it's impossible not to marvel at how Hye Kyo has woven her personal tapestry into the fabric of Korean entertainment. Each thread a highlight that defies the very doubts now swirling around her visuals. Born on a crisp November day in 1981 in Daegu, she burst onto the scene at just 14, clinching a national modeling contest that catapulted her from schoolgirl dreams to the neon glow of Sun Kyung's smart ads. That early spark ignited a fire that would blaze through the late 90s, but it was 2000's Autumn in My Heart that truly etched her name into the annals of Hallyu history. As the tragic Eun-seo, caught in a whirlwind of forbidden love and familial secrets, she captured the raw ache of youth with a vulnerability that transcended screens, making audiences across Asia weep and wonder at her tender 19 years. I remember watching it then, feeling that electric pull, the way her tears seemed to mirror my own unspoken longings, a connection that felt profoundly personal. It wasn't just acting, it was alchemy, turning scripted pain into universal truth. And in doing so, she became the face of a generation's romantic reveries. From those heartfelt valleys, Hye Kyo ascended to rom-com peaks that still warm the cockles of fans' hearts. Full House in 2004 paired her with the irrepressible Rain, their bickering to bliss arc a blueprint for the enemies to lovers trope that would dominate K-dramas for years. Her Min Hyo Jin was a whirlwind of sass and softness, proving Hye Kyo's range extended far beyond melodrama into the fizzy delight of laughter. It was a role that showcased her comedic timing, those sparkling eyes crinkling with mischief, and it left an indelible mark. Personally, it was my gateway to her charm, a reminder that joy, too, ages like fine wine, growing richer with time. Yet, she never shied from the shadows. 2013's That Winter, The Wind Blows reunited her with a frosty intensity opposite Jo In-sung, delving into deception and redemption with a depth that earned her international acclaim. And who could forget Descendants of the Sun in 2016? As the unflappable surgeon Kang Mo-yeon, she embodied strength amid chaos, her chemistry with Song Joong-ki igniting global fever. That series didn't just break ratings, it shattered borders, streaming into homes worldwide and cementing her as Hallyu's Golden Girl. Each project felt like a chapter in her own epic, and reflecting on them now, I sense a quiet pride in how she's grown. From the doe-eyed model to the commanding force, her visuals evolving not as a flaw, but as a badge of battles won. Transitioning to the silver screen only amplified her allure, where Hye Kyo traded the intimacy of television for the grandeur of cinema, each film a bold stroke in her ever-expanding canvas. Her 2005 debut in My Girl and I was a tentative step, but it was 2013's The Grandmaster that truly unleashed her on the world stage. Wong Kar-wai's martial arts masterpiece, casting her as the enigmatic Zhang Nian-sheng opposite Tony Leung. Filmed in the misty allure of 1930s China, she moved with a grace that blended fragility and ferocity, her porcelain features a perfect counterpoint to the era's turbulent elegance. It was a role that demanded not just beauty, but an inner steel, and watching her, I felt a thrill of discovery. The way she commanded the frame without a word, her presence as potent as any sword clash. This international leap paved the way for more daring choices, like the psychological thrills of 2017's The Battleship Island, where she navigated historical horrors with a steely resolve that mirrored the real-life resilience of her character. Yet, it's in her recent reinventions that Hye Kyo's true genius shines, proving that mid-career pivots can be the most exhilarating. The Glory in 2022 marked a ferocious return. Her portrayal of Moon Dong-eun, a vengeful teacher haunted by schoolyard bullies, a tour de force of simmering rage and calculated poise. No longer the ingenue, she was the avenger, her sharp gaze cutting through the screen like a blade, earning her the kind of acclaim that whispers of Baeksang nods and global streaming dominance. It was transformative, really. I found myself riveted, not just by the plot's twists, but by her unyielding intensity, a woman reclaiming power in ways that felt cathartic and revolutionary. And now, with Dark Nuns, her nomination for Best Actress at the Blue Dragon, a film blending exorcism's supernatural dread with the quiet terror of institutional doubt, she's pushing boundaries further. Though the award eluded her grasp, going instead to Sun Yi-jin's poignant turn in No Other Choice, Hye Kyo's performance lingered like an afterimage, her nun's habit a metaphor for the cloaked strengths she carries off-screen. Amid the award's glamour, those candid camera pans to Hye Kyo in the audience became the night's unofficial subplot, each one fueling a firestorm of speculation and sentiment. There she sat, applauding with genuine warmth as old flames like Hyun Bin claimed their due. His win for a heartfelt role, drawing a smile from her that spoke volumes without a syllable. A poised nod to histories shared and gracefully archived. It was a moment of exquisite tact, her expression a masterclass in composure, evoking a bittersweet nostalgia that tugged at the heartstrings. Fans dissected it endlessly, some seeing lingering sparks, others a serene closure, but to me, it underscored her emotional maturity, the ability to celebrate another's light without eclipsing her own. And as the night wore on, her reactions to the winners, from the uproarious cheers for comedic vignettes to the thoughtful claps for dramatic depths, painted her as the event's unspoken heartbeat, a figure whose empathy amplified the joy around her. The mixed chorus of comments that followed her visuals, however, added a layer of poignant irony to the evening's triumphs. While clips racked up millions of views, the praise flowed freely, admirers hailing her as ageless, her skin's luminous quality a testament to disciplined self-care. Rumors swirl of her affinity for simple rituals like herbal teas and sunrise yoga, habits that ground her amid Hollywood's whirlwind. Yet, the counterpoint was stark. Voices insisting she embodied the beautiful 44-year-old archetype with unflinching honesty, her features bearing the elegant etchings of experience rather than the erasure of filters. "Looks like she's 44, one quipped, a statement that landed with affectionate realism, acknowledging the subtle shifts, the faint laugh lines that crinkle when she beams, the poised tilt of her chin that speaks of wisdom earned. It stirred in me a profound respect. In an era obsessed with perpetual youth, Hye Kyo's authenticity feels like a radical act of self-love, a refusal to be defined by digits on a birth certificate. Even the more pointed observations, like those noting she'd aged a lot, carried an undercurrent of reluctant admiration, as if conceding that her evolution only deepened her appeal. Born under the zodiac's Sagittarius fire, she's always chased horizons, from her modeling youth to her cinematic globetrotting. And perhaps that's the true elixir, a life lived fully, unapologetically. I ponder this often, how her journey mirrors the heroines she portrays, resilient, multifaceted, blooming through adversity. Take her off-screen endeavors too, the quiet philanthropy supporting children's education in rural Korea, or her ventures into fashion with lines that celebrate effortless chic, each one an extension of her grounded grace. At the Blue Dragon, as she mingled post-ceremony, sharing laughs with peers like Jung Sung-il, her co-star in Dark Nuns, the camaraderie felt palpable, a network of mutual respect forged in shared spotlights. Expanding on that bond, the film's ensemble dynamic added another facet to her allure that night. Dark Nuns, a tale of possessed souls and unyielding faith, demanded from Hye Kyo a vulnerability laced with unshakable conviction. Her character Sister Marie, a beacon in the film's gothic gloom. Though the leaked voting sheets stirred unnecessary drama, whispers of zero jury tallies that fans decried as oversight rather than indictment, her nomination alone was a victory, affirming her pivot to genre-bending roles. It reminded me of her earlier forays, like the seductive spy in 2019's The Call, where she toyed with psychological edges, or the ethereal ghost in 2015's The Queen's Classroom, each proving her versatility knows no bounds. In the awards afterglow, as social threads wove tales of her youthful glow clashing with mid-40s realness, I sensed a deeper narrative. Hye Kyo as the mirror to our collective anxieties about time, her poise an invitation to embrace it rather than evade. As the echoes of the Blue Dragon fade into the next chapter of her storied career, one can't help but feel an optimistic thrill for what's ahead. With show business on the horizon, a meta-exploration of stardom's highs and hollows, she's poised to dissect the very industry that scrutinizes her so keenly, perhaps infusing it with the same introspective fire that fueled The Glory. Her collaborations continue to intrigue, from potential reunions with trusted directors to whispers of Hollywood crossovers, building on the foundation laid by the Grandmaster. Personally, her presence at such events evokes a warm nostalgia laced with inspiration. She's the actress who taught me that beauty isn't frozen. It's fluid, forged in the fires of experience, glowing brighter for its scars. In a world quick to judge the lines on a face, Song Hye Kyo stands as a serene counterpoint. Her visuals not a debate, but a celebration of a life richly rendered. And so, as clips continue to circulate, sparking debates that blend envy with envy-tinged envy, the true takeaway lingers like her signature scent: subtle, enduring, unforgettable. Whether seen as the epitome of timeless allure or the graceful embodiment of 44, Hye Kyo's essence transcends the frame, reminding us that the most captivating stories are those still unfolding. In her, we see not just a star, but a woman charting her own constellation, one radiant moment at a time. It's this unyielding spirit that makes every glimpse, every reaction, feel like a privilege. A window into a world where age is merely a number and beauty eternal.